Hello and welcome to this video. It's going to be the first in a series. I honestly don't know how many it will be because I have a plan, but not 100% sure how it's going to go to make a new journal. So I'm starting with some items that I bought from Jamie's Originals in one of her online live sales. To be part of that, you need to be part of the Crafting with Jamie's Originals Facebook group. And then she has generally monthly live sales, and it's a kind of fastest finger first as she goes through the items. Now, she recently had one which was William Morris themed. So the idea is this is going to be a William Morris themed journal. So if I show you what I've got I had 2 fabric bundles, and these fabric bundles don't go on the website. They are these are all one-offs which I got from the live. So this first one, this is this beautiful sort of quite lightweight cream print, and then this I think was a greys set. I've got this one here, and this one. I'm very into neutrals. You know, I like the pops of colour, but I like my neutrals. So that was the first bundle, and then it always gets wrapped with sari silk, which is beautiful because that will get used elsewhere, possibly to tie. And then this was the second bundle. This one was, I think that was greys, and this one was neutrals. So I've got this one, and these are really nice heavyweight fabrics. Do these ones first. Beautiful dark. Looks more black on the screen, but it's a very deep brown. And then this one, these are all sort of similar weight fabrics. And then this one, it's a different kind of fabric. Really smooth. And this is the one with the most colour in, and I'm still toying with the idea of whether to use this for the cover or whether to use one of these for the cover. So as I said, I have an idea in my head. It's just not completely formulated. Also on the live sale, she did some William Morris style print packs. So these are all they're roughly 5 by 7. So those are going to be used in the journal. I have also got 2 downloads from Joni's website. This one is Vintage Botanicals. So some beautiful these ones I have printed out smaller. So that's the beauty of getting a digital, is you can decide on the size. So yeah, I think these are all A4s. But yeah, looking at the quantity. But I wanted them this kind of more roughly A6-ish size. So again, they're there for the journal. And then also I printed out this other one called Vintage Cards, and I've already well, put that to one side for a sec. I've already started cutting into them, and I've mounted some on playing cards, and hopefully I might use those. Now this is the same, but I can find this one. I don't know where that one's gone. But if you can see, there's a slight difference in size. So when you print, you have to, I quite often when I'm printing digitals print borderless, particularly with papers. like this. So I get the full A4. If you print these on borderless setting, they are too big for the card. You see, they are not hugely, but they are too big. But when you print them without borderless, they are the perfect size for a playing card. So there's all of these different cards. You get kind of each design on 2 different backgrounds. Mushrooms. Then there are also some of these beautiful script, and I've got them printed sort of like that, and I've also printed them on full size. Oh, and there are some tags in this one, and that's the size they come. So I printed them the full size, and then I also printed them 2 to a sheet. So I've got 2 different sizes. So those are all the things that I'm hoping to use that's in my head. And I have this is just move that a little bit. This is just going to move that because it's causing a shadow from the light. Bear with me. This is some handmade paper that I bought online from Amazon. You can see it's not sort of square. It's nice and thick. And my intention is to use this for my signatures. Now, I have already gone ahead and coffee stained this side, and then I've cut into, I know I lose the sort of outside, but I've cut into these, and I'll go through the measurements I'm doing in a moment. So all I do when I'm coffee staining is I have a little spray bottle, and this is literally just coffee, or quite strong coffee, and I find it easier with the spray. I would, when I was doing the others, I kind of used other sheets to soak it up the overspray, and that gives you nice sort of lines. But I'm just going to go ahead and just show you literally how quick and easy. It takes longer to dry than it does to actually spray it. And you can heat, definitely can heat. I can see that, you can probably see on that I'm going the same way. So I'm just going to try and turn my hand, use my other hand, so I get some little cross sprays. Okay. And like I said, it's easy enough to heat dry, or you can leave it to dry naturally. So I'm going to go ahead and dry this by heat, but I'll skip to the next bit so that you don't need to watch me doing that. So this is now coffee stain on both sides. This is the side I did. You can see I held it up sort of vertically and allowed some of the coffee to run down. So I've got these nice little stains. Now I'm kind of not doing a particularly standard size. And this paper I've found doesn't cut very well in the guillotine because it's so thick and fibrous. So I'm using a knife. So I'm literally starting by just removing the rough end here. Oh, there. Okay. Now, the size that I'm doing is I've gone for, let me just check that I'm doing this. Yes, I've gone for 7-inch. Because I was originally thinking roughly 5 by 7. So, but 7 is pretty much the best I could get out of it. I might have been able to go a little bit further, but we're going with 7 by 11. The cover, because I'm making it in a different way that I've not made cover before, it doesn't really matter because I can produce the cover to whatever size. So we're going to go with this 7 by 11 for our signatures. So I am just using the grid on my board to mark off. So this way they'll each be 7. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let's check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 1, 2, 3. Which one's there? And there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There. Okay, and then I am going to cut those down. There. And there. Like so. And then I'm going to just take a nice sort of straight edge off the bottom here. And then I need 11 inches, and I'm just going to use my ruler for the sake of ease on this. So we're going 11 inches, 11 inches. And then I'm going to cut that, and that, and there. And then same with this one. We'll cut a nice straight edge off of here. Now you can see what I'm doing is I'm kind of lining it up on with the grid on my thing so that I can make sure that this is straight, because you can see it's quite cutting off more at the bottom than the top, so it's very important to try to keep it square. Although, you know, at the end of the day, if it's not completely square, it's not the end of the world. So there, there. Right. Okay. So now I have all my all of them over. See how many I've got. My idea is that I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's it. Three of these per signature. I am making the signatures, or playing with the signatures before I make the cover. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to add a lot of things in. I want to add some pockets and flaps, and not just with card or paper, but with some of the fabric that I've got, the William Morris style fabric. So in order to hold my signatures, this is Joni's original book hook. Now it should hook this bit will go in here. This bit sort of sits on the very edge of your desk so that it hooks on. But in order for it to be in the camera view, I need to put it up there. So all I'm going to do to fold is to push these up to the top and then use my bone folder to fold them. Okay, so they're going up. You can see I've got different sort of where I've splodged different things, and literally I didn't do anything different to what you saw me do earlier. So I'm going to go ahead and fold the rest of these. We now have all of the papers folded, and I'm going to just make the 3 signatures. I'm not worried about which bit is which for the moment. So I have three signatures. Now, I'm not, I say I'm not. At the moment, my feeling is not, I don't want to line these up. I quite like them the way they are. So I'm going to have to now make the decision as to what I want to do in terms of you know, sort of the flats and that kind of thing. Now I have some pieces that are left, which I think will make some great tuck spots, maybe some pockets. And there is one of these, because I used 5 sheets, 2 out of each sheet, so I have one of those left. And I'm just going to go and grab those. So you see I've got all the pieces that I trimmed from the end, even kept some of the little bits. And then this is the piece. I kept this one. This one, this is the bit I tried cutting on the guillotine, and this is what happened. So that's why I cut the rest with the knife. But this will now, I mean, because it's pretty much the same shape, this I'm going to be able to use to create a flap that will come out and then fold back in. May have enough to create a pocket as well. So all of those pieces are going to be used. But as I said, I also want to use some of the fabric to create some pockets and a flap, because I think I might add a little small notepad in here. I've done it in a journal before, quite a while ago. I want to do a similar thing. So yeah, I'm gonna take a little while now to think about exactly what I want to do, and then once I've decided, we will recommence so that you can see what I'm going to do. Okay, so a couple of decisions made. First one is that actually I am going to trim these. So again, I've got the book hook out. Again, I've not got it hooked over because of the camera. And I'm going to just first of all make sure that the nicely tucked in, and then I'm going to put this edge against the edge of the book hook here, and then you need with all of the cutting, you need a metal edge ruler, and that goes up against this, and that makes sure that you have a straight cut. Now I want to get as close as I can to the edge of the top sheet, and really, so I'm really only taking out the bottom two. So I'm just reaching for my knife. That's the plan there. So the thing with this is the pressure is on your ruler and not on your knife, and your knife is just going to, whoops, slide over the paper, and you can see the bits start to come off. I'm just going to keep going because there's a little bit there I can see there, that bit there. Now, with it being the handmade paper, it does fray a little bit, but I'm quite happy with that because they're now pretty much the same. And I'll do that with the other two. The other decision I've made is these are the pieces from the print pack, and they fit really nicely like this. So I'm going to cut them all out, cut them down, and I think at the moment the plan is there is enough for me to put one per page. Okay, so that's kind of the plan at the moment, the next stage. So I'm going to go ahead and get myself to that point. So I have made the next decision. I've sorted the papers into sort of three groups. I've gone for this kind of very dark vintage, and I'm going to use some of that fabric in that signature. In this one, it's very much blues, and I've gone for this fabric. And then in this one, it's much lighter, it's greens, yellows, and I'm going to use that dark fabric. I intend to make a couple of pockets, probably in this one and this one, and maybe one pocket and like a lift up sort of notebook kind of thing. So that's the plan, and I will go ahead, because what I'm going to do is if I just take this one, I'm going to now trim these down to fit, and then I'm going to stick one on each of the pages. So that's my next step. So I will come back when I have got to that point. I have the 3 signatures now. I have the papers in each signature. Okay, so I've got my 3 signatures. Looks like something needs a little bit of, perhaps a little bit of pressing, but yeah, so I'm quite happy with those. Got this one sort of bluey green, this feels sort of neutrals, and so yeah, I'm happy with those. My next step is excuse me, is to cut some of the fabric for the pockets and things that I want. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. In fact, let's have a look at this one while I'm here. So I would like a pocket here on this one. So I want a pocket that kind of sits inside. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to cut a piece bigger than I need for the moment, because I want to cut it with I want to cut it with the Rip Rack scissors. Let's go a little bit higher. There. So I'm going to use these now, just cut across bottom. This is literally just to try and reduce some of the fraying there, and then we'll go down this side. And I'm not necessarily looking for it to be square, but it won't hurt if it is. So we'll go here, and then I just need to do the top. I need to decide how deep I want this pocket, and I probably will go kind of there. Like so. So that one's going to go on there, and once I've cut all the pieces of fabric, I'm then going to stitch them on to each piece, which is why I'm doing this before I actually make a cover, because until I've got it all in, I don't know how much room I'm going to need. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sort out the rest of the pockets. I have now, you can see here, this is the back of it. I have sewn in a pocket here. There is, you can see the back of it here again. I have another one. Oh, I have another one here. So that's one signature. And then in this signature, I've just sewn in this flap. I'm going to have a little something under there, possibly a little journal card. And so that's all I put in that one. And then in this one, I have the 2 pockets. Again, you can see I've used it like a fancy stitch. And there's the other pocket in there. So there's one more thing I want to do with the signatures before I finish this video, and that's I want to add in maybe some flaps, maybe even some other pockets with some other things. Yeah, when I have made the decision on what that is, then we will resume the video. which will for you be very shortly. Decisions have been made, so I'm going to put some like bands. I'm going to try and sew those on. This is going to be a flip up, so that will be sewn on there. And then I'm going to see if how well this vellum will sew in as well to make a little pocket. And then similar, a little band. This time a flap to come out there. A little vellum pocket and another little vellum pocket. And then similar on here, a band, a vellum pocket, and a flip. Okay, so when they're in those the ones made with the other pieces of paper, I'm going to see if I've got enough of the offcuts from before to just collage them up. So we'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, and we'll be back shortly. For now, the signatures I finished with. They aren't really finished with because I do have more plans, but I think this is enough for this video, and then I will come back and show you the next stage in another video. So the signatures are done. I have left still, as you can see on this side, I still have some of these strips of paper that were cut off when I was fitting the paper to the paper. I've got a whole sheet left as well, and a few other little odds and ends. And then I still have some of the offcuts from the coffee stain paper. And all of those, I'm hoping, well, not maybe not all of them, but I'm hoping to use those in the rest of the journal. So if we just have a look, so you've seen the sewn in fabric pocket before. Now this is like a belly band strips to tuck things in, and I stitched that with a fancy stitch on my machine. And these strips are like these bits. They were just some of these offcuts to decorate that and keep it sort of toned in. Seen that fabric pocket before. This is one of the flaps. So this is made from the coffee stain paper, and then I had four full sheets left. So this was one of the full sheets that I cut down to use for the flap. And again, my sewing machine didn't seem to like this one. As you can see, it got a bit wonky, but it's okay. It all looks fine. And then the vellum pockets have seemed to have gone in really nicely, so you can still see the pattern behind. So that's the first signature. Sort of similar in here. I've got a flap out here again, fancy stitch from my machine. This is made from the coffee dyed paper. This is one of the 4 sheets I had left, plus a few of the strips. Another of the belly bands like before. Another vellum pocket. This is the one that's going to fabric one that's going to sing underneath. And I think there's one more vellum pocket in here. And then in the last one, the fabric pocket, another belly band, vellum pocket, fabric pocket, and another flap like in the last one. So that's where I'm at the moment. Now the reason I say these aren't finished is because I'm considering, and as I said to you right at the start, I'm kind of doing this as I go along. I'm considering putting some edging on some of the pages. Now this might be lace, it might be some fabric ruffles, but that I'm still considering, and I'm going to leave that for the next video along with a few other things I have in mind. So thank you for joining me on the start of this journey with my William Morris themed journal, and hopefully you will join me again for the next installment.